But speaking of that crazy time of the market in November, okay, everybody said, oh, the market is going to balance. I've had conversations with my friend Melanie Jones. Out of her mouth, she said, the market is going to balance. I feel like everything that started off this year has completely made everybody look like they don't know what they're talking about, because we're still getting over asking. We're still getting tons of showings. The inventory is still ridiculously low.
So
what's going on,
and
Realtor?
it was really funny. Like right before we got on here, there was this news thing about how, prices in San Francisco, like properties have lost 10% of their value. And, it depends on how you read it. And despite the facts that I couldn't tell you before what the percentage over was, I am very much a numbers nerd. Anybody who knows me has seen my Excel spreadsheet of market data. And we don't have inventory. And I am really curious to see what's going to happen soon, because like right now, I just had a client who bought a house sight unseen, which I have not done since last year, but the other house on that street that she wanted to buy went under contract sight unseen before she could buy it, and she said, I'm not losing this one. So like there's that. Before that, she had lost on multiple offers, and one of them was $50,000 over with some really aggressive other terms, and we were told we were middle of the pack.
Oh my God!
And these aren't like the house that she just sold. We listed at 700, the one that you and I were just talking about, and she above asking in 2 days, right? And the days on market for that price point.
I was going to ask you
the
that.
days on market for that price point are considerably longer than 2 days. Like the median days on market. And I have to give her some credit too. They did some amazing. I mean, like if I could have her kitchen, yeah, like,
oh my God.
Like just the whole house, like everything, the whole package when it went on the market, like
the beams. Those wood beams.
And the way, like,
the
work that they did, and then the way you showed it off, I mean, it was unbeatable, like absolutely unbeatable. But, the houses that she's looking at is at a significantly lower price point, and we're seeing those super aggressive offers again. And then there was a news article not too long ago where they're like, the triangle market has, fewer home sales. And like, it's not because people aren't buying houses, it's because there's no houses to buy. Right. So like I know it's so hard when people listen to the national news and then they get this snippet of what the market is. And it's like, wait a minute, it's not the same context. So if you're hearing that like prices are falling and like, there's fewer people buying houses here, that means there's fewer houses to buy. And
when I was calling you in January and I'm like, dude, what's going on? Well, it's because if there's no homes to sell, there's no homes to stage. And then I think you were saying, or you or any realtor was saying, well, it's because the interest rates have skyrocketed. But nuh-uh. People are still doing over asking because everybody will always need a house to live in.
I have a feeling that we're not done with 2020 and 2021 yet. Because all of these people with 2.5% interest rates, in a couple of years, when normally the cycle is like 3, 5, 7 years, something like that, for somebody to have a house and then sell it, they're not going to want to move. Like I've been in our house now. We bought our house in 2016, and in 2016 we got a 3.25% interest rate, which was pretty awesome. I'm not selling my house. I'm not selling my house. I love my mortgage payment. So we're not done.
So a perfect example. This is why we have this little gem inside the belt, are investing in addition, because my husband financed the house for 1.5. Drop the mic right there. You know what I mean? Like, why would we ever live in an apartment for 10 months because of this?
So that is what I see happening. So I have a few buyers who are under contract now for new construction. And I joke, kind of a joke, not really a joke, with the agents that are on site, where I'm like, we need you guys to pick up. Like we need you now. We are really going to need you a couple years from now and like further down, because when people get settled and they're like, oh, if I move, I'm not really going to be getting more house for the payment that I have. Like they're not going to want to move, you know, or they're going to have to think a lot more about it before they go to their next place. And I just don't see people. I mean, everybody always has to move. Everybody always needs to sell a house or buy a house at some point in time. But if you're comfortable with your mortgage payment,
I know. Then why?
Where are you going to go?
And that's the house that you picked out one time. So what? Fall in love with it again.
If
Paint
it's
the
cheaper,
walls.
it's cheaper to remodel it or add an addition. You know, maybe that's the better bet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.